I gotta come up with something else other than good morning or action or something. Please give me your thoughts. What do y'all think? So, yes, hey, hi, here I am. Here I am, the imperfect me. I am sitting here in my bathrobe with no makeup on. My hair is a hot mess. I threw my headband on because I don't like the fact that I have a big forehead. I sat down to record this, and that's the first thing I noticed. I've been fussing over my hair lately because I've decided to just let it grow out and become natural, right? So it is going to look funny as it transitions. I've dyed it blah, blah, blah. I can't even talk. I have dyed it bleach blonde. I need to take my own advice and slow down a little bit, right? For most of my life. I do have very fair skin. I do have blonde eyes. I did feel like I should be a bleach blonde Barbie, right? I did have very long, beautiful hair. But here I am. Here I am in my bathrobe. Here I am in yesterday's clothes. Here I am. I started these videos because I just want to share my story. Which I've done very little of. I've talked more about concepts and the things that I am changing in my life, and yet I really haven't given y'all much of the backstory, right? Every time I would sit down to record one of these videos, I would look at myself before I hit the button to play. I would be dressed nicely. I would worry about what the background looked like. Because I think all of those things do make a difference. They are going to catch your eye or they are not. I've been going through some of the analytics to these videos, and after 5 minutes, y'all stop listening. I hope that maybe you stick around longer than 5 minutes today, because this one's worth hearing. What I have created because of all of the turmoil that I have gone through. Because of the struggles that I have had in life, that is how I know these things work. That is why I created the course that I have created. Because these are all things that we struggle with. No one that is sitting here today is perfect. Yet we watch celebrities. We watch celebrities because we want to be perfect. It's so much easier to play a life simulation game than it is to actually go out in the real world and do it. Why? Why are these things so popular? Why can't I turn off the video game and go do these things in real life? Why is the fake easier than the real life? These are just questions that I'm asking myself because I'm struggling with all of these things too, right? I worked at Walmart for several years. I miss the people. I miss what I did. However, I do not have the time to commit there. I would rather be home with my kids right now. They are a young age, and there will become a time where they are going to be gone, and they're not going to want me to teach them or to sit down and color with them anymore. So if I am able to, I want to be home with them, and I want to teach them how to color. I won't be able to get this time back. So down the road, maybe I could go back to Walmart, but that's just not where I'm meant to be right now. I'm meant to be talking to you right now. And that's what I'm doing. But I remember when I worked at Walmart and we would have panel interviews, right? We were hiring other people because we needed more employees. I think this is one of the biggest things that America struggles with nowadays is the lack of employees. Nobody wants to work. Well, most of the people don't have to work. So if they don't have to, why would they want to? Right? However, there would be three, managers, bosses, whatever. It would be a panel interview because not just one person got to decide if we were going to hire this interviewee or not. And I think that's a great thing because one person could not think that they have the qualities that they need to be a great employee, but yet another person may think that they do. And that is why there was a panel interview, right? However, it would drive me nuts. It would drive me nuts when we were sitting here waiting 15 minutes for an interviewee. They were late. They would have a good excuse when they showed up, but still they were late. They would show up in swim trunks and a Hawaiian shirt. And I am going to offer this person a job? But yet, 9 times out of 10, no matter how the interview went, we would still hire them because we needed more employees. We were so short-staffed that the qualities that this person had didn't really matter. We just needed a body to do the job, right? And that's what a lot of companies struggle with nowadays, is finding somebody that really wants to come to work. I want to make a difference. I have been diving my heart into all of this stuff that I have been working on. I'm not on the clock, but yet my hope is to have my own business. I have a goal. I have set expectations. By the end of this year, this is what I'm going to do. And I'm the only one that's going to succeed from all of that. I don't have to share any of this with y'all. But I am, because I am imperfect too. My phone's blowing up. I apologize. I started a Facebook page for my mistakes made by me, and that's why it's blowing up. Because I need to find the balance in my life too. Just as much as I have been pouring my heart into all of this work, as I have been starting different social media pages, it's the doing. It's the going out and helping other people. It's the teaching my kids at night. It's the actual applying the things that I have been talking about that are just as important as the sharing it with you guys on social media. It would crack me when my girls would watch YouTube and they would watch other kids playing with toys. It would crack me. I'm like, babies, turn the TV off and go play with your toys. You have a whole toy room full of toys that I have gotten you. Why do you have all of these toys if you're not going to play with them? Why are you choosing to sit here and watch someone else play with toys? Why is that so interesting to you? That was easy. It was the fact that I did not get on the floor and I did not play with them with the toys. That's why they didn't do it. I am learning that I need to be the example. If I get on the floor and I play with the toys with them, they will see how much fun I am having and they will come do it. And that's what we're doing. I am starting to take the time to do all of these things. Listen to my own words, taking the time. So if I take the time to go talk to a friend, to teach my kids, to learn life lessons, I don't have the time to sit here and post all this stuff on social media. It needs to be a balance. I am here today in my bathrobe because I did not sleep very well last night. I think that the transitioning part is just as important as the before and the after. And the fact that I am sitting here and sharing with y'all that I still struggle with sleep because in the past, the nighttime was safe for me. There was so much trauma, so much crap all day long that once everyone went to sleep, that's when I felt safe. That's when I could eat without being judged. So that is why my body still wakes up in the middle of the night saying it's hungry, whether it is or not. You know, I am starting to cook dinner. I am finally eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner with healthy foods. And I am losing weight because I am eating healthy foods. But there are still nights that I wake up in the middle of the night and I want a Snickers bar. That is my habit. That is my comfort zone. That is what I know. And that is what I've known for a long time. I still struggle with some of these things. But because I am sitting here sharing with y'all that I am not perfect and that I have experience in these struggles, that is the difference. That is how y'all can see that it works. That the things that I have been talking about work because I know the struggle. I can relate. I don't know exactly how you feel today. I don't. I'm not you. I'm not going to. But I really try very hard to emphasize in every single video that I am not perfect. Because that is the key. The key is that none of us are going to be perfect. Even on the celebrities that we watch on TV, right? We watch them because they have money. We watch them because they are fake. But they are still people too. The media, picks every little thing apart that they do, and we follow that. We follow them and we pick apart their lives because we do the same in our lives. What an amazing concept, right? We are all just people. We are all just trying to figure it out. And not one of us is better than the other one, even though a lot of us think we are, or we think that we know more. I just have a lot of experience in getting it wrong. And because I have a lot of experience in getting these things wrong, I now know what I need to do and how to change that. And that is what my workshop is all about. I have been in therapy since I was 10 years old. I know a lot of coping skills, and I want to credit all of the people who have taught me things through life because I did not create these things, these coping skills. I have just been taught them. And I want to give credit to whoever did create them. All I know is which ones work for me and which ones don't work for me. And I'm going to share that with y'all. But because I have so much experience with this, that is how I know what works and what doesn't work. And that is how I can sit here and share all that with you guys. That's it. That's all it is. What my hope is to not be the one in the room sharing my struggles anymore. All my hope is to be the one in the room listening to someone else sharing their struggles. No, I don't have a PhD. No, I am not a doctor. But I have 34 years of experience. Why does a worldly piece of paper have to make the difference? Would you rather have, a doctor who just came out of school, fresh off the block, no experience whatsoever, doing surgery on you? Or would you rather have the man who is dedicated, or woman, or whatever, who has dedicated their entire life to hands-on in a person's body, hands-on talking to patients? That's the difference. I have the hands-on. I don't have the worldly piece of paper. Why do we put so much emphasis on the worldly piece of paper? By what I am sharing with y'all, by what I have been saying, that is the proof. It's the same thing with everything, I guess, with any aspect of life, any service. You go to get an oil change. You want to go to somebody reliable, somebody who has experience in changing your oil in your car. That's all it is. You get your hair cut. Doesn't matter if you go to your girlfriend, if you go to a salon, doesn't matter. What does matter is that that person has experience in it. That's the difference. You know, a lot of things I jotted down this morning, and it boils down to worldly versus spiritually. It boils down to popular versus plain. It boils down to reality versus fantasy. Celebrity versus the common man. Well, there are a lot more common people. I shouldn't have said man. Man, woman, that's my mistake. There are a lot more common people. There are a lot more people who struggle with addiction, who struggle with abuse, who struggle with suicide. All these things we struggle with. So why is it so hard for us to admit that? We don't want to admit it. We don't want other people to judge us for that. But it's the truth. I have not shared this yet with some of my family or friends or, other people that I think may judge me. Because I myself, I'm scared. I'm scared of becoming vulnerable in sharing my story and it being used against me. We are all scared. Being vulnerable opens you up to getting hurt. If you do not open yourself up, you cannot get hurt in the first place, right? A narcissistic. A narcissistic is a me person, right? I think, and I could be totally wrong, I think that a narcissistic loves themselves only because they have had so much trauma in the past that they love themselves and that's it. If they cannot love anything else, nothing else can hurt them. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not justifying their behaviors. I'm just saying I understand. A lot of us don't want to ask for help because we don't want to be vulnerable. A lot of us don't want to admit that we struggle with these things. I know when I would sit in the room and I would talk to my therapist, there was a lot of stuff I did not tell them. I was scared to share that I slept walk because the one time that I did tell somebody, they threatened to take my kids away from me because it was unsafe. So I stopped talking about it. Well, if I stop telling people that I'm having trouble with sleep, how am I going to get better at it? It's all a cycle. But because we are scared of being judged, we don't open up, we don't deal with these things at all. And by not dealing with them or by not accepting them, you cannot heal. You will not grow. I see that life coaching is huge nowadays. Why? Why is it everywhere? It's everywhere because people don't want to go to a therapist, because they don't want to be vulnerable. People don't want to feel like, someone can't relate to them. Maybe they've had bad experience with a doctor. A lot of the doctors don't have enough time to listen to what you really have to say, and that's the problem. There's more people that need help than there are people that can help. And that's all that this is. I want to be a person that can help. However, if you don't come to me and admit that you need help, I cannot help you. It's the same thing with my kids. They struggle with stuff. And if they don't tell me that there's something they struggle with, I don't know. And therefore, I cannot help them. And I want to help them. That is the end goal, right? I want the best for them. And if they can't come talk to their mom, the person that loves them and cherishes them and takes care of them the most, who are they going to ask? But yet I think sometimes they don't come to me because they don't, they're scared. They don't want me to worry about them. It's all a cycle, you know? So I'm gonna end this video because I'm gonna go out now and I'm gonna hopefully make a positive difference. I have other things to do than sit on social media all day. I have started to create a Facebook page. I did post a disclaimer to the beginning of this morning. I hope if I can figure out how to edit it. These are all things I'm learning and it all takes time. And I'm so excited to be learning this because that means that I am growing my business. So thank you. Thank you so much for sitting here. Thank you for listening. It's okay sometimes to not be okay. And that's okay. Thank you.